सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। We have Bake Bihari ji over here, so let us sing a Krishna bhajan. Radha Krishna Kunja Bihari, Radha Krishna Kunja Bihari, Radha Krishna Kunja Bihari, Radha Krishna Kunja Bihari, Muralidhar Govardhan Dhari, Muralidhar Govardhan Dhari, Muralidhar Govardhan Dhari, मुरलीधर गोवर्धन शंख चक्र पीतांबरधारी, शंख चक्र पीतांबरधारी, करुणा सागर कृष्ण मुरारी, करुणा सागर कृष्ण मुरारी। राधा कृष्ण कुंज बिहारी, राधा कृष्ण कुंज बिहारी, राधा कृष्ण कुंज बिहारी, राधा कृष्ण कुंज बिहारी, मुरलीधर गोवर्धन धारी, मुरलीधर गोवर्धन शंख चक्र पीतांबर धारी, शंख चक्र करुणा सागर कृष्ण मुरारी, कृष्ण मुरारी केशव मुरारी, कृष्ण मुरारी केशव मुरारी, माधव मुरारी मधुसूदन मुरारी, माधव मुरारी मधुसूदन मुरारी। राधा कृष्ण कुंज बिहारी, राधा कृष्ण कुंज बिहारी, मुरलीधर गोवर्धन धारी, मुरलीधर गोवर्धन धारी, मुरलीधर गोवर्धन धारी, मुरलीधर गोवर्धन धारी। बोले राधावर कृष्ण चंद्र भगवान की जय, सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। Today's topic will have few things from Ramcharitmanas and few things from Bhagavad Gita. So we'll sing some Manas Chaupais, the selected beautiful Chaupais from Ramcharitmanas. पहले मंगलाचरण है, उसके बाद we will sing. वर्णानाम् अर्थसङ्घानां रसानां छन्दसामपि मङ्गलानां च कर्तारौ वन्दे वाणी विनायकौ भवानी शङ्करौ वन्दे श्रद्धा विश्वासरूपिणौ याभ्यां विना न पश्यन्ति सिद्धा स्वान्तस्थमीश्वरं वन्दे बोधमयं नित्यं गुरुं शङ्कररूपिणं यमाश्रितो हि वक्रोऽपि चन्द्रः सर्वत्र वन्द्यते। अभी आप पूछेंगे हमारे पास चौपाई नहीं है, कैसे गाए? तो एक सरल उपाय है, मैं जिस ट्यून में रामचरितमानस चौपाई गाऊंगा आपको उसी ट्यून में श्री राम जय राम गाना है। पहला थोड़ा प्रैक्टिस कर लेते हैं. श्री राम जय जय राम. 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 बिनु सतसंग विवेक न होई. श्री राम जय राम. राम कृपा बिनु सुलभ न सोई. श्री राम जय जय. सतसंगत मुद मंगल मूला. श्री राम जय जय राम. सोई फल सिद्धि सब साधन पूला. श्री राम जय जय राम. एहि मह रघुपति नाम उदारा. अति पावन पुराण श्रुति सारा. श्री राम जय जय राम. मंगल भवन मंगल हारी. उमा सहित जेहि जपत पुरारी. उमा कहु मैं अनुभव अपना. सत हरि भजनु जगत सब सपना. सीता राम चरण रति मोरे. अनुदिन बढ़ऊ अनुग्रह तोरे. कहे उतात अस मोर प्रणामा. सब प्रकार प्रभु पूरन कामा. दीन दयाल बिरदु संभारी. हरहु नाथ मम संकट भारी. बिनु विश्वास भगति नहीं. श्री राम जय जय राम. तेहि बिनु द्रवहि न राम. श्री राम जय जय राम. राम कृपा बिनु सपने हो. राम जय जय राम. जीवन लह विश्राम. श्री राम जय जय राम. सियावर रामचंद्र की जय. पवन सुत हनुमान की जय. उमापति महादेव की जय. बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय. श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय. I will do a mix of English and in between I will sprinkle some Hindi. Okay. Today's topic we have chosen is Gita, Manas and Gita. Gita means Bhagavad Gita. 2 lamps for the modern home. Before we get into the topic, one thing we have to appreciate, and that is the contribution of saints in India. हमारे एक स्वामी जी थे, वो बोलते थे कस्य बालकः रोदति, किसका बच्चा रो रहा है? बच्चा ही है हमारा वो. सब मिल के बंद करेंगे. ठीक है. That is the contribution of saints in India. You know, the beauty is to study Upanishads, to study Vedas is very difficult. Difficult means it needs commitment, it needs knowledge of Sanskritam. But what is there is so precious. Anything you take in any literature in Sanatana Dharma, the root of that is Vedas. We might be doing puja in our home, ringing the bell, telling children to chant Brahmarpanam, Sahana Bhavatu. Where does all these guidelines come from? Root is Vedas. So what the saints did is, they brought Vedas, they made Vedas accessible to common person. And not everybody is familiar with Sanskritam. So they composed in regional language. That is why you will find in every part of Bharat, some saint has taken birth who has brought the same message of Upanishad and Vedas in our language. In Tamil Nadu we have Tirukkural. In Maharashtra we have Samarth Dasbodhji, Samarth Ramdasji, Dasbodh. In Karnataka we have one text called Mankutimana Kagga. They call it as the Bhagavad Gita of Kannada. The point is, same Upanishad, same Vedic message brought out in regional language. One such saint was Goswami Tulsidas Ji. He studied Sanskritam. If you read the Mangalacharan of Ramcharitmanas, we will know his command over Sanskrit. But he got a divine command from Bhagavan that your avatar, your purpose of birth is to write in regional language, Avadhi Bhasha. And the last point about, there are so many points, but third aspect of saints' contribution is, they made Sanatana Dharma a living philosophy. Whenever we hear the word philosophy, sometimes we feel it's an academic learning. Which major are you doing in university? We say, I'm studying philosophy. But what about your life? Life I live my way. What the saints did is, they bridged that gap. They said, Sanatana Dharma is a living philosophy. Such saints, two of them were Goswami Tulsidas Ji and Bhagwan Vedavyas Ji. Bhagwan Vedavyas Ji, Guru Purnima is celebrated in his honor. 18 Puranas he wrote. Brahma Sutra he composed. Compiled the Vedas so we can remember. All of that is the contribution of saint. So whenever we study saints' literature, first we have to bow down to them mentally. And our prayer should be, whatever little we study, may it blossom in our life. May we appreciate it, understand it. Now, when we say Sanatana Dharma, another thing to appreciate is our current day-to-day life. That's why the title was Two Lamps for the Modern Home. Now, how does a modern home look? I need not speak too much. Right? All of us know. What are some characteristics? Start with good things first. All of you will agree, compared to our forefathers, we have much more comforts now. Outside weather might be scorching, Delhi weather, but inside we all are happy. Air quality might not be that good. Inside we can manage. Air purifier, so many things we have. Space has increased. Bigger homes. Commute, transport, that has also become so much better. But in the midst of all this, we cannot deny that our stress has also increased. Compared to our grandfather and us, who was more stress-free? Our forefathers. Who has more comfort? We have more comfort. So Puja Gurudev has a beautiful quote. He says, tragedy of human history is decreasing happiness amidst increasing comfort. Isn't it an irony? If we have better standard of living, better gadgets, nothing wrong with them, huh? We should never make the mistake of criticizing them blindly. We say they are all good. Where spirituality comes in is, it is talking about how can we be happy amidst all these things. Having these things is a great blessing. But how to be happy amidst all these things? So this will be our topic of inquiry today. We will look into two lamps. I had come prepared with bhajans. All of you are singing on your own. Each person's mobile has a different bhajan. Okay, so we will look at two lamps. One lamp is Ramcharitmanas, another lamp is Bhagavad Gita. How can we live a happy life? What is their guidance for us to live happy life? Whatever God has blessed us, we are very grateful. But what God wants us to do is said in Manas and Gita. Arjuna was lucky. Bhagwan was standing right next to him. Any confusion he had, any doubt he had, he would just look up and say, Bhagwan, what should I do? If we have any doubts, where should we go? To Bhagwan's words. Ramcharitmanas, Goswami Tulsidas Ji says, I have not composed it. It was safely kept in the mind of Lord Shiva. When the right student manifested in the form of Parvati Ji, that knowledge was given to her. And in tradition, it came to me. I have only composed it in words. If I give you a letter in Hindi, you translate it into English. Will you be called the writer of that letter? No, you are only translating it. It says, Bhasha Baddha Karve mein soi. More mana prabodha jimi hoi. I am only compiling in words. The original content belongs to Lord Shiva. Who is the composer of Bhagavad Gita? Composer is Vedvyashi. Words are of Bhagwan Krishna. Vedvyashi doesn't say this is my teaching. He says I only heard it from the Lord. I have verbalized it in words. So when we chant Manas, when we chant Bhagavad Gita, that reverence we should have that this is something divine. Here I heard a lot of children participate in Bhagavad Gita chanting. Very divine seva. But Mahima also, we have to keep reflecting. The beauty of Manas and Gita is, it is like a river which flows on two banks. One bank is talking about our everyday life, family life, how to be stress-free. How should an ideal grahastha live? One bank. The second bank talks about how to attain God, how to seek liberation. So that if you are going in the boat, you can go on both banks. Kabhi kabhi, everyday life. And after you have matured from there, after we have gained certain insights, go towards the other bank. Lokamata or Vedamata. Both banks are there. That's why Goswamiji says, Buddha Vishrama Sakala Jana Ranjani. Wise people will find lot of depth in Ramcharitmanas. And common person will also take away something. Sakala Jana Ranjani. And Bhagavad Gita, all of you are familiar with Gita Dhyanam. उसमें एक श्लोक आता है, Gita Dhyanam, when we say we have to start from first verse only. Partaya. But there is one verse which says, Ambatvam anusandadhami Bhagavad Gite Bhavadveshini. Amba means mother. So Bhagavad Gita is the mother. Mother of whom? Mother of any person who says, I want to be a better human being. Mother will never let go of the child in any situation. Same way, Mother Bhagavad Gita will not let go of any sadhaka, one who is willing to learn. That is why you will find so many day-to-day tips in Bhagavad Gita. Everyday life, how to live, and philosophy of the highest order. Nature of Brahman also being elaborated in Bhagavad Gita. Both these things are there. Upanishads, what they assume is, you have already crossed the first bank. Upanishads are only one-sided river. You won't see the other bank at all. Upanishads assume that our everyday life we have managed very well. Having lived a good life, we have attained dispassion. Now we are seeking God and God alone. To that student Upanishad addresses. Upanishad will not talk about how to manage the mind, how to manage our time, how to manage our family. None of that comes in Upanishads. Because the student is different. He has already moved from the first bank halfway. Now little bit is remaining, that will be taken care by Upanishad. I hope all of you are with me in this. What is the difference between texts like Ramcharitmanas, Bhagavad Gita and Upanishads? If we study Manas and Gita well, we will enjoy Upanishads. We will get ready for Upanishads. Now, let us come to a story. We said there are two lamps, right, for the modern home, Manas and Gita. What is the first light that they throw upon us? Ramcharitmanas says, if a person is dharmic, person is righteous, good things will come in that person's life unasked. You don't have to go after those things. They will come to that person unasked. So this is the court of Dashrath Maharaj. In later stage of his life, he was blessed with 4 sons. And he loved Bhagwan Rama the most. Later in Ayodhya Kanda, when Bharatji comes back after Dashrath Maharaj passes away, Kausalyaji tells Bharatji, amongst all of us, only Dashrath Maharaj knew how to live. Because without Rama, he gave his prana. She says, look at me, I'm still alive. That was Dashrath Maharaj. He loved Bhagwan the most. And Bhagwan was hardly 15 years old at that time. One day, Vishwamitra Rishi comes. Vishwamitra Rishi was known for his temper also, like Durvasa Rishi. But all these kings, they always had so much of reverence for rishis. Dashrath Maharaj goes to the outskirts of Ayodhya to receive Vishwamitra Rishi. Respectfully brings him, does all his atithya. Then he asks, Maharaj, please tell me what I can do for you. Vishwamitra Rishi says, there are few Rakshasas who are troubling my yajna. I want you to send your sons, Rama and Lakshmana. Dashrath Maharaj until now was so respectful, but when he hears this, that Rama has to come, very respectfully, first he says, I will come. बच्चे को क्यों ले जा रहे हो? 15 साल का है, मैं आ जाऊंगा. I will come. Then he says, Vishwamitra Rishi says, no, I want those 2 boys. Then he says, Rishi, I think you have not thought about what you are asking. Can you please think again? Do you really want these 2 boys to come? Vishwamitra Rishi's good friend Vasishtha Maharshi was sitting there. He just looks at him. This is your student? इतना मोह है. मोह का मैंने बहुत एक दृष्टांत सुना, एक अच्छा सा. आपने पहले ग्रामोफोन देखा है? बीच बीच में अटक जाता था वो, तो वही रिकॉर्ड बजता रहता था. उसी का नाम मोह है. When our mind repeatedly thinks about a very small thing, that is moha. It gets stuck in something very small. So he looks at Vasishtha Maharshi, he says, such a great Rishi, such a great Raja, why is he so attached? So Vasishtha Maharshi goes and talks to Dashrath Maharaj. Now see his greatness. Once Vasishtha Maharshi said something, no questions asked. He said, Vishwamitra Rishi, please take them. Then Vishwamitra Rishi takes Bhagwan Rama, Lakshmanji, Tadakavada happens, Ahilya Uddhara happens. Then finally they go to Mithila Nagari. Janak Maharaj sees Bhagwan Rama and Lakshmanji. He tells Vishwamitra Rishi, I have so much confidence on my mind, it never goes to any other thing than Brahman. And today somehow this mind is getting drawn towards these 2 boys. Tell me whether they are Nara and Narayana. They must be Brahman taken avatara. Brahman taken avatara, they cannot be ordinary beings. Vishwamitra Rishi very politely says, if you have said it, it cannot be otherwise. Only that much he says. Then finally the Dhanush Bhanga happens. Janak Maharaj had kept the condition. And Janak Maharaj sends 2 messengers to Dashrath Maharaj. From the day Bhagwan left his home to the time the messengers came to his court, Dashrath Maharaj had no clue where his children are. Just think about it. Your children go for some tour. 15 दिन तक कुछ खबर नहीं. You don't know where they are, how will you feel? First time he hears from those messengers. Then some discussion happened. The messengers tell the greatness of Bhagwan Rama, and they also say the good news that Janak Maharaj had kept the condition. Bhagwan Rama gracefully broke the bow. Shivadhanush he broke. And now all your 4 boys, they are ready to get married. Now, Dashrath Maharaj is so delighted, he goes and talks to, or he goes and bows down to his Guru, Vasishtha Maharshi. And he says, this is what I have heard. That Bhagwan Rama is going to get married, and so are my other boys. Now, Vasishtha Maharshi tells something to Janak Maharaj, something to Dashrath Maharaj. That is the portion we are going to see now. Okay. What is the main topic? One who is dharmic, good things come to them unasked. Same pattern, huh? Shri Ram Jai Ram. I will chant few things. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama. 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 सुनी बोले गुर अति सुख पाई। पुण्य पुरुष कहु महि सुख छाई। जिमि सरिता सागर महु जाहि। यद्यपि ताहि कामना नाहि। तिमि सुख संपत्ति बिनहि बोलाए। धर्मशील पहि जाहि सुभाए। गुर विप्रधेनु सुर सेवी। तसि पुनीत कौसल्या देवी। श्री राम जय जय राम। श्री राम जय जय राम। श्री राम जय जय राम। Dashrath Maharaj has gone, fallen at the feet of Vasishtha Maharshi and given him this news. Vasishtha Maharshi tells him, Suni bole Guru ati sukha pai. If disciple is happy, it gives lot of joy to the Guru also. In fact, one of the way of making our Guru happy is following our sadhana, following their words and telling our Guru, by God's grace, your blessing, I am happy. Punya Purusha kahu mahi sukha chai. He thinks in his mind, such a Punya Purusha is there, Dashrath Maharaj. The cloud of happiness has come above his head. He gives an example, Jimi Sarita Sagara Mahu Jahi. If there is an ocean, in that ocean, even if it doesn't want, rivers are gushing inside. Jadyapi tahi kamana nahi. Ocean doesn't call for these rivers to come. In the same way, timi sukha sampati binahi bulaye. In the same way, sukha and sampati, happiness and prosperity, unasked, binahi bulaye, come to this person. Who is that person? Dharma sila pahi jahi subhaye. One who is a dharmic person. In his life, happiness and prosperity come unasked. Then he says, Tuma Guru Bipra Dhenu Surasebi. You are such a pious person, you have faith in your Guru, you do good work, you take care of noble people. Tasi Punita Kausalya Devi. And similarly is Kausalya Devi. It is not surprising that such good things are happening in your life. Darshat Maharaj, you are that dharmashila. Okay, this is the chaupai. Now we have to reflect a little bit. When it is said dharmic person, what is the meaning of dharma? In our tradition we say sanatana dharma. Sometimes people very superficially translate it as religion. आप किस धर्म से है? But dharma is much deeper than that. Another thing I'll mention, there is one external indicator of dharma and internal indicator of dharma. Just like for a doctor, there is an external indicator and internal indicator. What is external indicator? Stethoscope and the white coat that they wear. External indicator. But white coat and stethoscope anybody can wear. They cannot be called a doctor. What is inner indicator? Their skill set, they should have studied, their tenacity. Anytime you get a call, you should be ready. That mindset makes you a doctor. Now remember, both are important. If it was not important, they would not have given the gown and the stethoscope. That is your external sign of a doctor. So anybody sees that person, you know that he is a doctor. But along with that, inner indicator. You take an army person, same thing. Externally they will have an indicator, the attire. Inside they'll have bravery. Now in Sanatana Dharma, what are the external indicators? The way we dress, applying tilak, doing certain rituals, ringing the bell, doing puja. And remember, it is important. Don't say only internal indicator is important. Just like for a doctor and army person, external indicator, if it was not important, they would not have given it. Very fact they have given means it is important. Same over here. Our rishis have given us external indicators and we should be proud of it. Especially for children, If they are clear about why they are doing things, they can carry it with pride. I knew one person, in all his interviews, in his work, he would go with his tilak. In America. When somebody asked him, if you are going for an interview with tilak, it needed a lot of courage. Did you find it difficult? He said, no. I would actually tell them, this tilak reminds me of my values. Whatever values I have been brought up with, the external indicator of my values is my tilak. And he said the person who was sitting opposite to him was from different nationality, different religion. He also would start telling, oh, in our religion, values are practiced in this way. Jews wear the cap. May we live our values, live our life under the shade of values. He said for the next 15 minutes we would have satsang in the interview. So external indicator is all this, tilak, dress. What is internal indicator, Sanatana Dharma? Values. The values that we live by, that is the internal indicator of Sanatana Dharma. Bhagwan Shankaracharya ji, in his introduction to Bhagavad Gita, he gives a very specific, precise definition of dharma. I will tell the English first, then I will read the Sanskrit. He says, dharma is that which accomplishes three things. Dharma is that which accomplishes three things. First thing he says, it ensures the universe is sustained. It ensures universe is sustained. Think about it. If our family has to run, what will run our family well? Dharma or adharma? Dharma. So what sustains our family? Dharma. What is dharma? We saw. Truthfulness, for example, is an inner value. Now, four people have to live together. What is it that will keep them together? Truthfulness or the opposite of it? Truthfulness. Patience is a dharma because it's a value. Opposite of it is lack of patience. Very quickly gets angry. So what will sustain a team? Patience. Different personalities are there. If team has to work well, we have to be patient. Being patient is being dharmic. Externally, he might dress whichever way. But if he is able to hold on to values, he is a dharmic person. So Shankaracharya says, dharma is that which keeps the universe sustained. Second thing he says, dharma is that which brings material well-being. Which brings material well-being. Means if a person is able to hold on to values, do his duties well, material well-being will be taken care by that dharma. And the third one he says, it will also bring spiritual well-being. That somewhere this person will get this thought, I have to rise above material things. Three things. One is, what is dharma? That which keeps universe sustained. That which sustains universe is dharma. Second one, what brings material prosperity is dharma. Third, that which brings spiritual well-being is dharma. Jagatah sthiti hetuhu. Sanskrit word for sustaining universe is Jagatah sthiti hetuhu. Praninam abhyudaya nishreyasa karanam. Abhyudaya means material well-being. Nishreyasa means spiritual well-being. So dharma is that which will bring all three. We have to pay close attention to the second and third one. Second one was material well-being, and third is spiritual well-being. You can also call it as outer prosperity and inner prosperity. Sometimes what happens, in the pursuit of outer prosperity, our inner prosperity, inner peace becomes less and less. उसीलिए आप सुनेंगे बहुत बार, जब हम छोटे से घर में थे, पीपल से जब छोटे से घर में थे, छोटी सी चीज़ें थी, life was very simple. Those days we remember. It is not to say that current life is not good. When things are there with us, that is also a great blessing. But we feel, in the pursuit of becoming big in this way, something we have lost. So dharma is that which will bring both. I am highlighting again and again, our dharma never criticizes material well-being. Kushalan na pramaditavyam. But only question they ask is, are you happy? So that which will bring us both, that is this dharma. Now somebody might say, what is the connection of dharma with my life? How does that dot connect? Because we hear it in so many places. Dharmik baniye, dharam kijiye. But what has dharma got to do with my life? This we have to think a little. All of you are ready? Bottom line, what we are seeking in life is happiness. The Sanskrit word for happiness is Sukham. And our general understanding of being happy is, when situation is conducive, I am happy. For example, you are sitting for lunch. Two people are sitting. You are sitting, your friend is sitting. Same sabzi is served to both of you. You hate bangan and he loves bangan. Now that same situation, for one person is sukham, another person is dukkham. You cannot say bangan is sukhi or source of sukham or dukkham. It is for you how you interpret a situation. That will be sukham or dukkham. In general, that's how we think. Situation decides whether I am happy or sad. If let's say somebody is praising us, we think that is conducive, favorable situation, source of joy. Does it happen all the time? No, other side is also there. Criticism is there. If somebody is criticizing us, what will we label that situation as? Dukkham. Unfavorable situation is dukkham. Now the question is, even if we have the most favorable objects, most favorable people, most favorable situations, can we sign off and say, I am happy? We cannot. This is where scriptures say there is one small equation there. Situation by itself cannot give real happiness. The currency for happiness is punya karma. If somebody has punya, whether or not the situation is conducive, they will be happy. All of you are with me?
Yes. We are trying.
That's okay. Yeah, please help. No, आप सब आगे देखते रहिए. हाँ. Don't worry. Okay, where were we? Currency for sukham is punya. That's okay. That's okay. This tests our concentration, okay? You don't get distracted. Stay focused. So currency for sukham is punya. And the way to gain punya is dharma. Whenever we do good actions, whenever we do dharmic actions, that dharma produces punya. That punya not only brings conducive situation, but it also makes sure we are happy in that situation. If we only go on living our life minus this dharma, minus values, we might get material prosperity, but it doesn't guarantee happiness. That's why there is one subhashita, punyasya phalam icchanti, punyam nechanti manavaha. Everybody wants a result of punya, but nobody wants to do punya. Na papa phalam icchanti. Nobody wants papa phala. But papam kurvanti yatnatah. With lot of effort, they do papa. Means what this Subhashita says is, sometimes our mind is so turbulent. In spite of us knowing I should not do this, it will still do it. Okay, so this is Dharma Shila Purusha, means the one who is living his inner life according to Dharma. Now I'll give some practical tips how to practice this Dharma. We should make a list. One list of things that I know I am doing right in life. And things that I know I am wrong. Honestly make a list. Mentally make it, write it down, do whatever you want. Not right now, huh? I'm just saying. All of you are taking your pen and paper. I thought you were writing it down. Having done that, in your daily prayer, seek God's grace. Whatever is right, may it continue more and more. Whatever I know is wrong, give me the strength to drop it. That is dharmic life. There was one Mahatma Ji in Vrindavan, Swami Sharananand Ji Maharaj. Divya Chakshu the wo, Prajna Chakshu, didn't have physical eyes. He would say, जाने हुए असत का त्याग और जाने हुए सत का ग्रहण, यही साधना है. जाने हुए असत का त्याग और जाने हुए सत का ग्रहण, यही साधना है. Means we know so many things which are wrong. Seeking God's grace to let go of it. Don't say, I will let go of it. Our mind will show us how strong it is. And jane hue sat ka grahan. Those things which we know is right, either which is already working or we want to make it work, making sure that we seek God's grace to continue. If you are having a good sadhana routine, if you are a very calm person, Bhagwan, thank you for these blessings. Or if you are Durvasa type, very angry, and you know that you are wrong, say, Bhagwan, I want to overcome this. That is dharmic life. I first identifying what I need to drop, what I need to keep. जाने हुए असत का त्याग, सत का ग्रहण. We study Vedanta, many of us, right? How many gunas are there in Vedanta, we say? 3 gunas. First start with Tamo guna. Tamo guna, Rajo guna, Sattva guna. What is the insignia of Tamo guna? There is some echo in this mic. Slight echo. Tamoguna is laziness. Unchecked tamoguna is laziness. Checked tamoguna is rest. If you want to sleep, which guna you need to invoke? Tamoguna only. Then Rajoguna. Rajoguna is dynamism. Mind is restless. From one thing to another thing, it will keep jumping. But checked Rajoguna, creative. Any creativity needs Rajas. What is the insignia of Sattva Guna? Calmness, but most importantly, knowledge. Sattvat sanjayate jnanam. Knowledge of what? self, Brahman, Atman, all right answers. But first knowledge which has to take place is of our own mistakes. Where I am wrong, Sattvic person will identify it very clearly. Not only identify, he will rectify also. Rajasic person will only look at others and say he is wrong, she is wrong. Rajasic person's agenda is how to improve the world. दुनिया को बेहतर कैसे बनाए. Sattvic person, how can I make myself better? So one thing about Sattva Guna is it will help in analyzing ourselves. When we start that, slowly that person becomes dharmic. What is the next step of dharma? Punya. What is the next step of punya? Sukham. And that Sukham, Vasishtha Maharshi says, it will come unasked. Sukha and Sampatti will come unasked. Where do I need to start? Make that list. What I have to keep, what I have to let go. One more fine print is there. In when they give some product, they have conditions, terms and conditions apply. There is one more terms and condition apply for dharma. Whenever we speak about dharma, or whenever a person speaks about himself being dharmic, the result of his dharma goes away. So whatever good work a person does, in his own mind, he should feel this is all God's grace. Especially with sadhana, if your japa is working very well, don't share in your study group. हम 10 माला करते, 15 माला करते. No need. Quietly do it. That result of silent sadhana, silent dharma is multifold. Okay, so this was one lamp in a dharmic person's life. Joy and prosperity come unasked. Now, second lamp, by the way, the corresponding verse of this one in Bhagavad Gita is the last verse of Bhagavad Gita. Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna Yatra Partho Dhanurdhara Tatra Shrir Vijayo Bhuti Dhruvani Tirmatir Mama. See how it is connected? Final verse of Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan says, where there is Krishna, Yogeshwara Krishna and Dhanurdhara Partha. Means person who is willing to be dharmic, seeking God's grace. What comes to that person? Shrihi, prosperity, Vijaya, victory, and eternal values. Dhruva nitir matir mama. Okay. Now the second prasanga I have chosen is from the story of Parvati ji and her father Himavan. You know, in modern homes, another very big question people have is of parenting. They feel हम तो ठीक है, पर हमारे बच्चों को कैसे पढ़ाए? हम तो अपनी साधना करते हैं, हम ये कैसे? How can we ensure that our children also do sadhana? There is one very beautiful prasanga. We all know the past life of Parvati ji. Who was she in her past life? Sati Devi. I won't go into too many stories because there is story within a story within a story. I am assuming all of you know some basics of Ramayana. Sati Devi gets insulted in the house of Daksha, home of Daksha, her own house, father's house, and she ends up giving up her physical body. Then she is reborn as Parvati Devi. And as Parvati Devi, She has only one goal, that is to attain Lord Shiva. But when such Tivra Mumuksha is there, Bhagwan makes the arrangement. She was a young girl, and one day Narad Rishi, he comes to their home. Himavan and Mainaji, they welcome Naradji, and Parvati Devi is there, little girl. Naradji sees her palm and he says, your daughter has all good lakshanas. She is an embodiment of auspiciousness. She will become a very great woman in her life. So much so that other women will draw inspiration looking at your daughter. When they are in difficulty, they will remember your daughter. That much of power she has. But there is only one problem. What is that problem? Naradji is describing who will be her husband. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama. 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 Saila Sulachana Suta Tumhari. Sun Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama. सुनहु जय अवगुण दुई चारी. श्री राम जय जय राम. अगुण अमान मातु पितु हीना. उदासीन सब संशय छीना. श्री राम जय जय राम. जोगी जटिल काम मन. राम जय जय राम. नगन मंगल वेश. श्री राम जय जय राम. अस स्वामी एहि कह मिलिहि. श्री राम जय जय राम. परिहस्त सिरेख. श्री राम जय जय राम. सियावर रामचंद्र की जय. पवन सुत हनुमान की जय. उमापति महादेव की जय. बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय. श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय. Saila Sulachana Suta Tumhari. Your daughter is the embodiment, abode of all goodness. Sunahu je abaguna duichari. Listen to few things which are not that great. Aguna, amana, matu pituhina. Without any gunas, without any qualities. Amana, one who is just roaming around here and there. Matu pituhina, one who doesn't have mother and father. Udasina, these both all words have two meanings. Udasina means one who is always aloof, not interested in anything. Saba sansaya china, doesn't have any questions because no doubts. Whenever we have Q&A sessions, there are two types of sadhakas. One who have no doubt because they have never thought about it. No questions. Some who have thought about it, understood everything, therefore no doubt. So he says Saba Sansaya China is the first category. Jogi Jatila, he will have Jata. Akama Mana Nagana Amangala Besha. birthday suit is his. Until now, he is wearing that only. No clothing. And amangala vesa, not that auspicious. Asa swami ehi kah milehi pari hasta asi rekha. Her husband will be of this kind. This is what her future is telling. Now Naradji said this. Himavan was calm. But Parvatiji's mother, Mahinaji, got very upset. She called Himavan on the side. Zara andar aao. Aapse baat karni hai. She said, how can this Rishi tell such a forecast? How can he tell such a fortune of our daughter कि ऐसा उसको पति मिलेगा? And she went on complaining. Not out of anything, but out of love for Parvati Devi. Mother's heart, She said, what will happen to our daughter if she gets such a husband? No clothing, has inauspicious form, just roams around everywhere. Himavan very calmly listens to Mainada. And he says, you didn't listen to the full thing of Naradji. He said so many things, you tuned off right after you heard this. Naradji had said, although it is like this, I see one good thing here. All these lakshanas, all these indicators fit Lord Shiva. If she can do tapasya to please Lord Shiva, what else does she want? Jagadishwara is her husband, Lord of the universe. So he says, you didn't listen to that part. Then he says one very beautiful chaupai, Priya socha pariharihu sabha. Anytime we become anxious about our children, we should remember this chaupai. Priya sochu pariharihu sabha, sumirehu Shri Bhagavan. Parabatihi niramayo jehi, soihi karihi kalyana. 3 things he has said here. Point number 1, oh Maina, don't excessively worry about your daughter. देखिए, थोड़ी बहुत तो चिंता माता पिता को करनी ही है. गुरुजी कहते थे, अगर माता पिता चिंता नहीं करेंगे तो पड़ोसी थोड़ी ना करेंगे. Little bit worry has to be there. But excessive worry, thinking about their future, he said that should not be there. How to not have excessive worry? Sumirehu Shri Bhagavan. भगवान का स्मरण करो. वो शब्द बहुत प्यारा है. स्मरण एक होता है और याद एक होती है. स्मरण means when you wholeheartedly remember somebody, not casually. You remember what that person has done for you. Let us say you go to your childhood friend's home after a long time, several years, and that friend comes to the railway station to receive you, takes you home, very nicely talks to you, feeds you well. That night you are very comfortable in his or her home. Next day morning you had some headache, friend takes care of your health also, makes special food for you, comes to the railway station to drop you off. Now when you are sitting in the train, how will you remember your friend? बस याद करेंगे कि स्मरण करेंगे. You will also remember what all things that friend did for you. ये 25 साल बाद मिले हैं और इतने अच्छे से हमारा आतिथ्य किया. अच्छा परिवार है, अच्छे बच्चे हैं. Everything you will remember. That is called as smaran. You know, our Guru Arjan Dev Ji, he was tortured by the Mughals. When he was made to sit on that hot plate, he wrote one shabad. और उसमें एक वाक्य आता है, सुमिरी सुमिरी सुख पावा. सुमिरी सुमिरी सुख पावा, कि भगवान का स्मरण करके मैंने सुख पाया. तो हिमवान इज टेलिंग मैना जी, भगवान का स्मरण करो, रिमेंबर हिम. नाउ द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट. फर्स्ट वन वॉज सोच परिहरि हो, don't excessively worry about your daughter. Second is have faith in God, remember him. Third, he says parvati hi niramayojahi soihi karihi kalyana. The one who has created our daughter Parvati, that same person has planned goodness also in her life. आप सुन लीजिए, सत्संग का रस ना किसी से भी, यू शुड नॉट डाइल्यूट इट. रिकॉर्डिंग दे आर डूइंग, दे विल शेयर. पार्वती ही निरमयुजहि सोई करिहि कल्याण मीन्स व्हाट? We might be her parents, but really speaking, the one who is taking care of her, the one to whom she belongs to, is Bhagavan. We are the caretakers. Gurudev used to say, parents are like gardeners. You don't create the seed. We only take care of the seed. To give water, to give light, and to protect that seed from wild animals, gardener has to do. But what is there in that seed, gardener cannot decide. He cannot make mango plant into an apple. Whatever that seed is, it will blossom in that way. So Himavan, he says, these three things we have to keep in mind. Don't excessively worry. How not to worry? Remember the Lord. And also remember that same Bhagwan has planned each and every person's journey. You know, Puja Guruji has written one text, Jivana Sutrani. English translation is Tips for Happy Living. The first sutra is, we cannot live somebody else's life. Mutual help is possible. That is very, very important sutra for parenting. We might be staying in same family. We might call them our daughter and son. But we should remember we cannot live their life. We can help them, but we have to walk our own journey. Parvatihi niramayojahi soihi karihi kalyana. Now this is lamp of Ramayana. 2 lamps are there. What is the other lamp? Bhagavad Gita. Very popular verse. If I start, all of you will complete it. Karmanyevadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phalaheturbhuhu ma te sangostva karmani. Bhagwan gives 4 tips here. How to be stress-free in life. He says, first appreciate the law in which we get results in life. More we accept the law, happier we will be. Law of gravity. If a person says, I want to jump from 7th floor, I don't believe in law of gravity. He says, sir, whether you believe it or not, you will break your bones. If I know the law, follow the law, I'll be happy. I will take the stairs to come down. What is the law? Bhagwan says, in doing actions, we have 100% freedom. In doing actions, we have 100% freedom. In the outcome of that same action, how much freedom do we have? 0. 0. He says if you have done the action right, the result will take care on its own. If I think I will insist on a result, That is my recipe to be miserable. This verse is so popular, and our Gita Press calendar has made it even popular. Karma kiye ja, phal ki ichha mat kiye ja. But that doesn't open everything for us. And what I have found is, in spite of knowing this verse for several decades, what we generally do is, in outcome, we expect full freedom. And in action, we think everything is destiny. बहुत बार हम बोलते हैं लोगों को ना, सत्संग में आइए, भगवान की कृपा होगी तो आएंगे, भगवान चाहेंगे तो आएंगे. तो जो कर्म है उसमें हमको लगता है इट इज ऑल डेस्टिनी, एंड इन आउटकम वी फील ऐसा ही होना चाहिए. भगवान कहते फ्लिप इट. And this verse, we have to slowly contemplate, meditate on it slowly. All of us have something or the other going on in life right now. Correct? Those who are working will have work project. Those who are building a home will have home project. Remodeling the home, some other project. कुछ ना कुछ तो चल रहा है. And we are seeking some outcome. Now just think about this verse. What does Bhagwan say? Don't worry about the outcome. What I have to do right now, ask yourself, am I doing it 100%? Or can I do more? And very likely we will find I can do much better. In being a better sadhaka, being a better parent, being a better mother, father, whatever it is. Have I perfected myself? Perfected my anger? Perfected my speech? Perfected my actions? Bhagwan says you focus there. Whatever outcome has to come, I am very well keeping track of it. Then he says, Ma karma phala heturbuhu. Let your motivation not be only a particular outcome. Agar aisa, because if we get a sense that this thing is not working, then we sometimes drop the action itself. That's why in cricket, that is one thing I like to see. Some teams, or many teams in general, even if they know they are losing a match, but still they will give 100%. वो बॉल बाउंड्री पे जाएगी तो ऐसा नहीं कि अरे हार ही रहे, चलने दो. Why to walk until there and unnecessarily waste energy? Nothing doing. They will put their 100%. Even if the outcome is not the way that we want. Bhagwan says, let us try to bring that in our life also. Let a particular outcome not be the only motivation. And you know what happens sometimes? If the work looks very daunting, बहुत बड़ा अगर काम लग जाता है, या फिर जब हम काम में लग जाते हैं और लोगों के साथ कुछ बनता नहीं है, we don't get along well with somebody, whatever it is, suddenly we feel I should drop that action. मैं नहीं करने वाला. भगवान says, माते संगोस्तु अकर्मणि. Never resort to inaction. That is not going to solve your problem. So keep doing it. Do it diligently. In that you have full freedom. Bhagwan is so wonderful. More or less every day is same for us. आप देखिए अपना दिन सुबह से शाम तक मोटे मोटे तौर पर वही चीज़ें होती है. Same people agitate us. Same things bother us. What he says is, see if you can respond differently. Same situation, different response. That is karmani eva adhikara. In that I should not say if I am destined to respond differently, I will respond differently. So that is the second lamp about parenting. Manas and Bhagavad Gita, see how beautiful they give. So what all things we saw today? First we saw contribution of saints. How they have brought this knowledge of Upanishads, Bhagavad Gita in our everyday life. Then the first lamp we saw was, in a dharmic person's life, joy and prosperity comes unasked. Then we saw the story of Dashrath Maharaj. Then we just took the word dharma, Sanatana Dharma. What is it? Shankaracharya's definition. Dharma is three things. That which sustains the universe, material well-being and spiritual well-being. That is dharma. So living a life of values is dharma. Living a life of values. List of values are there. Truthfulness, patience, peace of mind, non-violence at speech level. All of that is dharma. And what is a practical way to live a dharmic life? First, identify what good things are there. And identify what are things which I need to change. And seek God's help to keep the right things and to let go of what I need to let go of. That was the first one. जाने हुए असत का त्याग, जाने हुए सत का ग्रहण. And second thing we saw was Himavan's advice to Sunaina ji. Don't get overly concerned about children. One who has brought them here has also planned for their well-being. What is your duty? Sumirehu Shri Bhagavan. In that, do it very well. That was the second one. With that, we will conclude today's satsang. Then we will do Aarti. One Rama bhajan we will sing, then do Aarti. Rama nama tarakam sada bhajo re. Rama nama tarakam sada bhajo re. Rama nama tarakam sada japo re. Rama nama tarakam sada japo. Sada bhajo re, sada japo re. 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 Rama nama tarakam sada japo re. Rama nama tarakam sada japo re. Rama 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 Jaya Kodand Rama. Rama 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 Jaya. Rama 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 Jaya Pathavi Rama. Rama 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 Jaya Kalyana Rama. Rama 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 Jaya Kalyana. Rama Nama Tarakam Sada Japo re. 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 Sada Bhajo re. Sada Bhajo re. सियावर रामचंद्र की जय. राधावर कृष्णचंद्र भगवान की जय. सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय.